Hi everybody, my name's Bill. I'm a kayaker. I've been paddling for about 12 years, mostly in New England, but I get out on the water anytime I can get somewhere interesting and can get a boat underneath me. Anyway, in 12 years, I've been kind of recording where I've been, doing a little bit of GPS tracking, and then I've been compiling my trips into maps over the years. Now, I've shared these maps with folks online here, and over the years, I've got quite a bit of mileage that I've recorded here. I've been doing a different color for each year, and when I've shown people how to map like this, I keep getting a lot of questions like, how the hell do you do this? So wanted to do a quick little video, kind of show you a little bit of how I'm doing it and how easy it is and how you can do it too. And it mostly starts with having what's called a GPX file or a track, GPS based of where you've been, how long you've been out there, your speed, etc. And most of the time, I'm carrying around a little Garmin handheld, typically a waterproof one for hiking, biking, you name it. But it could be anything. You could be using a smartphone app such as Track My whatever, My Trails, My Tracks, etc. But there's numerous ones out there. You can even find watches that'll do it for you. But the bottom line is, if you want to do something like this, you need to get that data recorded some way and then get it into your computer. So the typical way I do it is record it on my handheld, and then I hook it up to a USB and dump the files into my computer. So those usually end up in the form of GPX files, like right here. These are some of the paddle trips I've done in 2020, and every trip resulted in a GPX file. Now that's where all the meat of these tracks come from. The data in there is what we're going to use to put onto a map so you can see where you've been. Now the way I do this is with Google Earth. And there's a reason I do it with Google Earth. You can go straight to the maps and you can upload individual GPXs to these to Google and have it as an overlay. You can do that, but then you run into the issue with you're only allowed 10 overlays for a map that way. So one way around that is to use Google Earth and compile each trip into a larger file that can be a single overlay that you're uploading. So for example, you're seeing all these green, all these blue ones over here are part of a single overlay that I upload at once. So I'll show you a little bit of how we do that. So within Google Earth, you start here, and this is a freebie program you can download straight from Google. Just do a quick search for Google Earth, grab the one that's applicable for your operating system, and off you go. This one is the Pro version, which is now free on top of the standard version. The Pro gives you a little bit of extra options for screenshotting that I take advantage of. There's other features too, but we won't go into that. What you do is you start by opening up the file that you want to add. In this case, I'm just going to grab a GPX file, and heck, we'll grab a few at once. Boom, boom, boom. And this is important to create the line strings. Those give you the tracks on the map. You're going to want that. And since I grabbed 5 of them at once, it's asking me 5 times because we're adding all 5. Okay, so this is going to zoom in on a given one here. Here's a trip we did on the Charles River, and we went out and had a quick visit with the USS Constitution. So this is one of my favorite trips to do, a quick little 8 to 11 miles loop on the Charles River. So say we want to map that. So we take a closer look at it, and as we dissect the GPS or the GPX file that we uploaded, we could see you've got a track, and then you've got more data here. So your track is basically, here's the blue line. That's what happened when we generated that line. And that's exactly what we want. As a minimum, we can keep this. And with this is what we're going to use to start building a bigger file to upload. Now, I can get rid of part of this. All right, so now we've got just the track left from that. What I've done is I've discarded a lot of other information there, a lot of extra points, and I'm trying to minimize it to just get the trail of where we've been. So that's recorded there. I'm going to do the same for the other GPX files that I've loaded here. So we'll go right up here, and this one will jump. And this one would be one short little trip that we did on the Nashua Canal, or the Nashua River Canal here. And I'm going to trim out the additional data from that as well, so that we're left with just the trail. And I'm going to do the same thing for all the trips that I've got here. Boom. Boom. Go. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make that 6. 6 different segments here of trips that I did in 2020 that we're going to put together in one single file. And that's not so hard to do. Temporary place. What the heck? I'm going to add a folder here. And we'll call it just demo collection for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop each of those trips. I'm going to literally drag them and drop them right into that demo collection. All right. So now that I've captured all those, you probably can guess that it wasn't necessary to delete the other parts so much as we just wanted to grab what we wanted out of those GPX files. So in doing that, yeah. So we've now got a demo collection. With this, you could save this as a group. So instead of uploading a single track to a map, you've got a larger group here, and you can add to this group anytime. You can edit it as needed be, but the big trick here is we're going to save this, and we save this place as, and in this case it's going to be the demo collection. KMZ is actually the same as KML. KMZ is kind of compressed so that it takes up less room. We'll use that by default. So I'm going to go with the KMZ demo collection. Boom. Okay, so now that we have this saved as a KMZ, we can upload that directly to Google Maps. So first thing I'll do is take it back over there. And to start here, you want to jump into Google My Maps so that you can start your own. Normally log on in. I've already got myself logged in, so I've got existing maps here already. You probably won't, but once you start creating them and adding them, you'll start filling this up, and you can add and remove at will. It's nice, it's free, it's easy. So what we'll do is we're going to make a new map, and I'm going to just say, okay, it's untitled. This is my demo collection. Oh, it's going to be a demo map. Built as a demo. All right. Now we've got an untitled layer here. Remember, you're only going to get 10 layers that you can upload to this, so try to keep everything in a single collected file so you can remove it, update it as a unit. It makes it a little bit easier for you. So we're going to go ahead and import that file that we just created. So in this case, it's going to be that demo collection. And then boom, we now have all those tracks that we just created. So you can see here, here's our one from down in Boston there on the Charles River. I've got the Nashua Canal. And then I got a couple of other ones that we threw in there at random. And once you do that, you'll notice you can zoom in and out and you can see where you've been. And you can share this with other folks too. Now, this is one way to do it using Google Earth. You can, of course, go right ahead and add directly. So, and I could show you that. If we were to add a layer, and again, this is not the best way to use it. You're going to run out of space in a hurry, but you can import directly from the GPX files that you created. Like here's a GPX file that I put in directly. Now, it takes up additional space. It still produces the track for you, and gives you a little bit more information. But at the same time, it'll tell you everything about your trip. Again, you're limited to about 5 meg per layer, so be careful with that. I still recommend just kind of stripping it down and using as little as you need to track everything you want to track. But again, completely up to you. Go right ahead and add as much data as you wish, or as little as necessary to capture your trip. And that pretty much is all that I'm doing with it. It's pretty easy. And then you end up with all kinds of maps that you can use and have a blast with. You can see where you've been, and it's really a cool way to look at some of your adventures in the past. And I hope that helps you guys out a little bit. I'm always willing to give you a hand. Just get a hold of me. Take care now.